everybody, welcome to Geekism and welcome back to Timberborn. Thank you so much for the feedback on the first two parts. With that, I've got a little bit of an idea of what I'm doing next, although I am very much sort of flying blind on this one. the game kind of lets you get on with it, but we've been told that we need to change some stuff with how we're storing water. We need to start looking at chopping off lines here so the water doesn't go bad, and yeah, lots of things come in that we need to fix, basically. So we're going to try and do as best we can. First things first, this that I put in place last week, this water tank, it actually needs gears that we're not currently producing. So let's see how we can go about producing that. Gear workshop, it turns a plank into a gear over 3 hours, so it's quite a slow process, but I think, you know, that's a fair thing to actually try and do. So we're having this place here is cutting the wood, and then I assume this is going to require power, which I think can come from here. So I think what we need to really do is start reevaluating where we have our resources, because at the moment having all these farms and tree placement areas sort of right in the middle of town is going to limit us as we start to develop some industry, I think. So with that being said, I'm actually going to clear out this bit of birch, I think. So I think, is there a way to do that? We can just not set it to replant, I guess, because we have all of this to be cut. So let's see, is one of these ones what we want? Delete rubble. Mark resources of demolition. Used to mark resources you want to demolish. All resources will be lost. Yeah, so that we can do that, but what is there will go away. I don't know how we go about like not replanting again, other than clear. Used to unmark planting areas. Is that it then? Can we do something like that? There we go. So they will still get cut, but they won't get replanted. Okay, that's good. So let's now go to cut trees and remove that area. There we go. And then that will slowly sort of get rid of that space. And I think we'll probably do that here as well, but these are bigger trees that are taking longer to grow, so we'll keep that up. As far as berries are concerned, I think we're kind of happy with what we've got over here for berries, for now at least. So I might actually take this out and make it a bit more of an organised forestry area. So let's go into our crops and remove a row of sunflowers there. And then this is currently our lumberjack, so we're going to have to readjust where you are. We are going to have to demolish these because these will just keep growing, I think. And we want to clear the area out properly, so we'll go like this. They're already been cleared out. There we go. I just want that whole area demolished. I know we are losing some resources. That was one thing that people told me about, but I just want to kind of get that done. The slight difference with how perhaps I will play this game as to how others will is that I kind of have to get a thing done in an hour. So sometimes we have to go a little harsher to make sure this sort of stuff happens. So we'll start clearing that out. And then here then, let's have a look. Wood, lumberjack flag. We'll probably move that to there. Well, no, there's probably the way to go about it, isn't it? So let's just get rid of this one, because they currently don't have anything to do anyway. So I'm just going to get rid of this. Off you pop. We have a lot of people not doing much right now, and I understand that is not great. But we really just need this area here clearing out. And eventually, once those sunflowers grow, they will get cleared out as well, and we can carry on this path down. And then we'll turn this into a logging spot as well. All right. So let us then have a look at how we do power here. What we're going to do is clear out these. We're going to clear out these 6 trees, and we're going to put those to be highest priority. There might be a way to do this better, I don't know. But we need these 6 chopped and gone. The rest can happen over time, but for now I need those gone so we can put in our cog making machine. Okay, that happened pretty swiftly, that's good. So we have a gear workshop can go here now. We'll have the entrance of it there. And what I'm hoping then is we can then take our piping, this power shaft, solid power shaft, powers upwards. We should be able to put that there. And it's difficult to see, but I think that'll just get power to this thing off the water wheel. I think that's all we need to do. That's why I kind of wanted it in that little spot there, even though it's not as close as we need to other stuff. I actually think that should be pretty doable. All right, whilst they're sleeping then, the other thing we need to look at is, whilst it doesn't seem to be as important, is that we haven't really got much for well-being at the moment. We have campfires, we have rooftop terraced, we have a teeth grindstone, we do have those around, and we have showers. We can also do other stuff as well. So, a few people mentioned the Lido is a really great way of doing it because it increases fun and wet fur. Let's see how big that is. So that kind of sits... How does that sit? Ah, there. Okay. So there's a little ladder down. That's cute. So we could get one of these over here. Or we could replace... We could replace those showers with them as well, because it grants both. And we do have showers on this side now as well. That's probably not a terrible idea. But then also the rooftop terrace might be a good... That does social life. So rooftop terrace and Lidos might be the way to go. How are we doing for science? Oh, we've got loads of science. No problems unlocking those. And they just require planks, so that's good. Yeah, I'm actually going to tear these down then. We will get a little bit of material back. And then we'll put in a Lido there. Okay, and then hopefully we'll still set this to be highest priority because we really need to get those cogs cooking. But then let's also have a little bit of stuff over here that we can start to give them some fun and what have you. So let's just take this to there. A little building will fit there quite nicely, I think. And then what about these rooftop terraces? I mean, eventually I would just like more housing up here. So, but maybe a rooftop terrace here that these paths can go to. Let's have a look at the size of it. I suppose that's really what matters. Rooftop terrace. Oh, it's pretty big. We go there. We could probably build one there with a bit of... Oh, no, we can't. We could build one there. And we could build one there with a little bit of funny business. So, but for now, let's just start with one there and see if that's enough to service them. That gives us rooftop terrace, campfire, gives social life. Rooftop terrace gives social life. This provides fun and water. Wet fur, that is. So they're all going to have to come over here for showers now, unfortunately. But hopefully they'll only use these if they can't use the Lido once it's up and built. It does make like less of their time. But apparently the fun stuff is not just to fill the gaps. It doesn't just click up these. It gives them... it speeds them up a little as well, so that's good. So we've got campfire, rooftop terrace, and then we'll also have the Lido there. Okay, so that's good. That'll give us 2 or 3 more additions to that. So yeah, I'm actually happy with all of this. Is this getting built? It's waiting for logs and planks. Are we producing planks? Probably not as quick as we can hold them, right? We have loads of logs, but we're not producing planks anywhere near as quickly. And they're coming, one in, one out right now. So the other option we have to look at is some form of power for when the drought comes, because at the moment that's the one thing stopping us getting the backlog of logs. Is because we try not to do too much building during the drought, I feel. But if we're not making logs during the drought, we're not getting sort of a backup of them. So let's have a look at power. We have a power wheel, a Beaver-operated backup source of power. Okay, and it's just like a hamster wheel. So could we just attach that to somewhere like this, and it'll just keep everything cooking? Okay, let's try that. And what we might have to do with the path is just lift this hole up, because this is not going to go here. So we could go ladders up and ladders down, but that seems a little bit superfluous. What we're probably better doing is just taking this all the way to there. So let's we can fairly safely demolish this, because they can still get around there. It's not ideal, but they can happen. Now we can come here. Actually, we need to demolish pathing. There we go. And now we can go here. Platform. Do those there. Stairs. There. And then let's, before we forget, do that. Everyone had a good laugh about that, didn't they, last episode? And then we'll do power there. And I think that will just keep everything going. Maybe a problem. There's the entrance. Well, that's fine. We can have path to it. I didn't even think about that. Okay, we need those cut down. And then we can put path in there and there. And then this little one spot here, we can throw something like a tooth grinder or something, you know, like there's no reason not to have something there, I guess. We'll find a little one square of something to do. Okay. Well, I feel like we're making big plans, but not actually anything's getting done. I took a bit of time to move some of the stuff over here, so we're going to focus on forestry on this side, just so we can eventually clear this out. Like I say, we'll let these get cut down. I'm not in a desperate need for those, but I definitely want to do more plank creation, because, geez, it's so slow. So let's see if we can figure that out. Now, I'm wondering, can I just put another one right next to it, and will the power run through? I think we're going to have to risk it for a biscuit and find out, because I can't ask you beautiful people mid-video. We're going to clear those three out. And that... No, is that another one? No, there we go. And that... Yeah. And that... Yeah. Because we're going to have to do a little bit of rebuilding here. But let's have a look. Wood. Lumber mill. I mean, that... looks like it's working. But I'll be interested to see if that actually creates lumber. So now we've done that, we're causing a bit of a bottleneck here. So if we can prioritize the removal of these, then we can work from there. They should be able to get around there pretty quick and take them down. And then, so this is just, there's just stuff here, eh? That'll just get eventually picked up. I increased the number of the builders here as well. Thank you to whoever it was who pointed that out. So stuff gets built a little quicker now, which is good. Super priority is still this, and it's slowly getting there. We're just waiting on the gears. I really hope that's in place before the next drought. And then also I've put what I think is the right thing here, which is a floodgate. Blocks water up to an adjustable height. And I think that's sort of like a dam that we can turn on and off, basically, because what we would like to do is to have the water flow, but then as soon as the bad water comes, we lock that off. I think is the idea behind that. So we'll see. The other thought I was having then as well regarding like bigger water is I think we need to try and build a big dam here, and I feel like the game is kind of telling us it's doable, you know, like a very tall dam here that basically generates a waterfall. I kind of feel like that's what it kind of wants us to do here, and that'd be really fun to do. We'll take this waterfall out basically and move it down here and have a big influx of water. And then there's also this as a possibility of a reservoir, I think, as well, by clearing out some of the blocks here. I think like that's what the game's sort of pointing us towards, like a hey, why not come and have a go at that, you know? So I think that's good. Definitely something we can look at doing. Okay, we have a few people not working currently. What are you? You're a gatherer. So yeah, we actually don't need you anymore over here. We have nothing to gather. You did great, buddy. Are there berries there? Yeah, there are. So the berries will get slowly picked up. Otherwise, that's fine. How are we doing over here? Okay, yes, there we go. That is in and operational. That's good. That was my big worry, was that the electricity wouldn't carry over, but it does. That's perfect. Electricity, you know what I mean. Okay, so we should start to see cogs be produced a little more often now. Because we've just doubled our plank generating capacity, which is neat. I actually see they're working across there. I thought they would only... They would use those. But now we can do that. Okay. And then what this has started to give us... oh, nice. We're happier than ever. And that's mostly because of they're all finding these things now. So campfire, terrace. And they've started to use the Lido now as well. Excellent. Oh, look at that. Very cute. They go in there and have a little swill about. And that's great because that serves two options. That's doing wet fur and fun. So I imagine it maybe takes a little longer than the showers because I don't know why you would have the showers over that. Okay, bad tide approaching. And I don't know what that means. In 3 days, bad tide. Now, that's not drought. So I wonder if that just means that all the water gets turned into bad water for a little bit. Oh, this might not do good for us. That's nearly there, and then I really want that to be nearly there as well. So I'm gonna turn that up. Because that just needs planks, so we should be able to get that pretty quick. I would love this to get built. This has taken us so long to do. It just needs a few gears. Fingers crossed we get there. In the nick of time, it's about half full. I'll take it. Bad tide has started. So what does this actually mean? Does it mean this becomes bad? Yes, it does. Alright, so let's pause the game a second. I don't think there's much we can do regarding the water. I think we can maybe go whoop. And that'll stop the bad tide going there. And then I suppose we turn all of these off. I wonder if there's a way of going through and doing everything. There perhaps is. If there is, let me know, because I feel like that's going to be annoying. Can I close the Lido? Or will they... No, there's no way to close the Lido, so I wonder if eventually we have to turn these into... what does depth mean? Like how deep it goes? Okay. So they don't get turned out. Okay, so we'll just turn them off because I don't want to gather bad water, because I assume that's what's happening here. Yeah, here it comes. Like, so here, look, this water source. And it's only a day. So I suppose the idea is as long as we don't contaminate our storages and stuff, it's maybe not so bad. Let's see. Yeah, so it obviously turns the green bad. Ah, I see. So, yes, they just know to stop using it. That's good. This building is blocked by bad water. Okay. So... So we almost need to, like, take this almost like a loop around here as a safety measure. Maybe that's the way to do it. So now we just have bad water everywhere. So the crops will start to go bad. Dies in 2 days. Dies in 11 days. Dies in 9 days, 10 days. And then we've got a little bit okay here. Alright, so we're still going to have potatoes. But to be honest, it's only lasted a day. But obviously, every single time this happens, they get a little longer. I'm glad that at least our proof of concept here worked. And there's a little bit here as well. Why is this still green? Watered and healthy. So what's happening here then? Is there a square of good water under this dam or something? It could be. It could just be that one square is good water. Like it's slowly going away. That's interesting. Okay, this is, at least this one is very short, so it's give us our idea of what we're doing. But yeah, I think we need to look at. Can we just take the ground away? Dynamite destroys the terrain underneath it and triggers adjacent dynamites. Oh, I see. There we go. Bad tide ended. So now we get good water come back in. Excellent. And there's a little bit of bad water that hangs around here, looks like. Might take a little while for that to clear out. Yeah, it's slowly going, look. Good. Alright, we'll survived our first bad water tide. So we'll open all these up again. Because I think that was the right call to stop pumping those. Maybe it would have done it already. Bad water contamination slows down its pumping speed. Yeah, so we were right to turn those off, I think. Okay. Alright, so there's two issues we have then. There's drought, which I'm hoping is dealt with here. And there's bad water, which keeps the water flowing, but it's nasty. Okay. I definitely think I want to try and turn this into a reservoir then. And I think to do that, we need science. Or we need to unlock explosions with science. So landscaping. Dynamite. Let's go. It costs 600 points. It sure does. Okay. So we just do a straight line there. Let's see. Waiting for materials. Explosives? Do we have to make explosives? Or is it something they're going to bring over? Let's have a look. Water, food, wood, metal. Is it a metal thing? Mine, smelter, scavenger. Power, I think it's a power thing. Bot part, refinery. That's turning stuff into oil. Okay. I'd be surprised if the science is just that we've unlocked the ability to place dynamite. That seems a little strange. So maybe they just have to go and bring it from the building hut? Maybe we do have to create it. I can't think of a single thing that we have that would create dynamite, though. Waiting for materials, explosives. Destroys the terrain underneath it and triggers adjacent dynamites. Ground only must be placed. Can't get all the required materials. Well, yeah, I know. But where do we get it from then? Yeah, all of these look. Okay, let's have a little look. Okay. Here it is. Explosives factory. Manufactures explosives from bad water. Huh. Okay. So we have to start storing bad water, or start getting it at least. So maybe it was right to come over to here then, because this is our closest accessible point to it. I think up there's a little tricky. All right, well let's see what we can do then. Okay, we're gonna have to do. Triple platform. Double platform. Can we do platform? We might be able to. Let's just unlock this. We have the science for it. Okay, so we'll put that there. And then we'll do path. And we need a single platform. Path. Single platform. Path. And then I guess we need a pump. It seems very gross to have to store this stuff, but I guess that's what it is. Okay, so let's do. Where's our water pumps? We could probably just do a little one though, right? Water pump. Like, it doesn't have to be big. And somehow lets us do it. Like it would go there. Can't go there. Can it go there? It could go there with some platforms, I think. So let's go platform, platform, platform. That will need to be a platform as well. Well, that will need to be stairs down. And that will be path, path, path. And then the thing can sit there. Water pump. And then we need to store this gross ass water. So a small tank is probably enough. Where can we get that there? Nice, that's kind of perfect. Oh, path. So the path connects them both up. So water is pumped in there, it gets stored in there, and then our explosives factory, where did we find that again? It's probably in landscaping, wasn't it? Explosives factory can go here once we've cleared that area out, and then we can run electricity off the gears. Okay, so let's go demolish that much there, and that gives them all something to do for a minute. And they're all running to it as well, which is good because there isn't really any other projects going on right now. And you know what? I thought this path would be completely useless, but turns out we actually want bad water. It'd be really nice if we could turn this into a... Well, no, I don't suppose we want to turn that into something we can turn on and off. I can't imagine us ever wanting to flood this with bad water. But who knows? The game goes in mysterious directions. Alright, I'm sure you were all shouting at the mistake. I'd bought a regular water pump here that didn't work, and then I realised that the bad water pump was its own thing, put that down, then realised that both bad water pumps and explosives factories require metal blocks to be created, which we are not obviously constructing right now. We need to go and find some metal. There's some ruins here, which seems doable, and maybe eventually this becomes a second sort of city. I know we can build another district and work from it, because at some point we are going to get just too far away from that district. Like for here, for instance, this is 61, and I imagine that's bad because it's red, whereas something here is 34, and that's fine. 5 obviously is like a nice green color. So, but I don't really know how to do that. I don't really know whether or not we build a second district, or if we just try and squeeze a couple of guys up to the metal to start off with, you know. Let's see how far they'll go. Let's see, that's starting to get red now. Look, you see that red line on it? I can just about make that out. So I think we might have to do another district. District management. So to establish a district, its own population, resources, and an isolated path network employs builders. Hauling post. Haulers assist workers within a district carrying goods, greatly increasing their productivity. Builders hut employs additional builders. And district crossing balances goods between the two connected districts. Each side has its own workers that distribute goods between the district crossing and the rest of the district. So is that the way to go? Or can we just build a district and just have them... Like, can we just join a district up to here? Must be separated. No, so we've got to start the whole thing over again. I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but I'm going to do it. Okay. We are going to make a district crossing here. There we go. And then we're going to put a district centre here. Are we? Yeah, we are. Okay. Oh, that thing just happens, eh? I want to migrate some population. Oh, come on, let's call it a cool thing first of all. We have Woodchuck Central, so this is going to be Woodchuck Mining District. Oops. This is going to be woodchuck. This is going to be Woodchuck Mining Company. There we go. There's that. All right. So this district costing doesn't have a thing yet. So let's plus a path like that. Okay. Do we just want to do manually? Or do we just want to say that it needs to have six? 2 have come over. 4 gone to work in there. Yeah, I don't think that needs to be 4. Okay, so what do we import here? We need to import some... We need to get some storage, first of all. Because there's not going to be much going on here. It's basically going to be enough stuff to feed and house us. So that, are you just automatically getting what you need? That's good. Berries. And we're not making bread yet. We're doing carrots, aren't we? Berries and carrots. So, how do we make this happen? Oh my word, look at all this. How do we get some berries and carrots over to us? Okay, food. Here, berries. That's the exporting. We don't want to export, we want to import. Import. And same with carrots. Okay. And water, right, we could... Oh, there's another bad tide coming. That's rubbish. We've got 3 days for it. Water, we could probably sort ourselves out. I mean, maybe the answer was to just have half of the river one and half of the river the other, but we're going to do it like this for now. Because eventually these guys will have this piece of water, but we need metal before that happens. So what we actually need to do, because what we're not going to be able to do, I assume, is bring path down. Yeah, it won't do that. Okay, that's neat. It's good that it has to be completely separate. It's an interesting mechanic. Yes, remove that and that. And that's going to be the end of that city. And this is going to be the start of this one. Okay, so that can come down to there. And then water-wise, we need a water pump. No? Can't go there. Oh, has to go back one. Okay. Water pump. Needs to have some storage for the water. We'll just do some small ones. Like that. And then maybe a shower or two, just to keep them happy. Is that in well-being? Just to keep those few kids happy. And a wheel is probably not a bad idea, because that was something that was happening quite early on in the first run. So now we should be able to bring this together. Okay. Alright, so they're getting stuff now. I don't quite know why they were doing that. But okay, we'll allow it, I guess. No good selected. Where is there no good selected? Aha, yes. Water, please. Just water. And also you just water. Okay. So it's a little strange that they're cutting across the path here. I don't really quite understand that yet, but I'm okay with it. I'm just going to get rid of some of these in case it is a problem. See if that does it. So now you're all saying that you can't find water. There's no workers here for some reason. No available workers in the district. Okay, we've got too many people. We've got 2 there. We have 4 there. So let's reduce that down to 2. There we go. Now we're getting some water, but it's night time. That's fair. You're all just sleeping on the floor. Let's get you a couple of houses then, I guess. Oops, that's not where I want that to be. Okay, and what do these bigger houses do? Sleep shelter, sleep shelter. That's 1 person in it? That's cute. Alright. Okay, now you should be able to start getting some water. This will make water, and it will go here and here. Well, they're going to start off by just getting it themselves. That's fine. What else are you saying you haven't got? Is it just bread you want? Hunger. Well, is there not stuff here? There's no berries and carrots there. How do we trade berries and carrots? Do we have to go from here, from this one? Oh, I see. You can export up to 40% up to that. I see. Now they'll ship some out, perhaps? I think. Yeah, not quite sure how this works yet. Because why was all this built when there was no wood here? I don't quite get the district thing. I'm going in completely blind here. Berries. Import is able. Oh, we've got no workers here. Are we just full of people on this side of the town? We just don't have anyone to work it. Okay. Well, I mean, that makes sense because we shipped some away. Let's knock 2 away then and see if they come over to here. Huh. There we go. See if that does it. There we go. That's moving stuff across now. Okay, I think we're operational now. The bad tide is coming down, so I've just knocked everything off. While this happens, we're going to try and do what we need to do over here. So we need to go there, there, and then do stair, stair. Ugh, we need to get rid of this. Just one awkward bit of thing. Let's carry on with that path. No, it needs to be on one of those as well. Okay. Then we should. Eventually we'll be able to carry that up. That can go there. Okay, we'll come around the outside here. Oops, that's one too far. Yes. More stair. There we go. And then path. Okay, so that at least gets the things sorted. They're going to get on that straight away. That's nice, because these just require logs, right? Yeah, the bottom ones do require planks, which we're not currently producing on this side of the place. So let's set up storage to hold a few planks. There we go. And it looks like that sort of stuff gets brought across. They've just brought us 8, so yeah. I don't quite know how the trading works there, or the passing back and forth and stuff, but at least it gets these getting built. And then in the morning we should hopefully start to get some metal. That'll probably be the end of the episode. Hopefully the bad tide, it does last a little longer this time, unfortunately. I don't really know what the fix is there without being able to build a reservoir here. Yeah, because a lot of this stuff, look, it's dead. Dead. Yeah. Dies in so many days. Dead. dead. Oh, I hope we can replace all of this. But it's a lot worse this time, eh? We just got this nice little bit of water here. Maybe we just need to do like exports just down, down, down. But at some point it's going to be a problem. Maybe we have to build a... When the bad tide starts, we turn a dock thingy on here, cut all this water off, but leave the little outskirts full of water. I think that's what we might have to do. Oh, it's complicated. I'm enjoying it though. It's a very different challenge to what I'm used to. So that's fun. Why aren't you building this one here? Too far from the district and cannot be reached. Ah, that's because we couldn't build this one piece of stair until that tree was gone. And now it has, we can. So next morning they should carry on with that. Okay, we've got our metal getting farmed now. I want to produce it over here though, which we can't just do yet. I want to sort of smelt it on this side. I don't want to... I don't want to try and set up power on the other side as well. I want it just to be like a resource outpost for now at least. And hopefully that'll be okay. There we go. We can now put that into place. What does this need to be made? Oh, so that just needs scrap metal to get formed. So that's okay. So now we need somewhere to store scrap metal on this side. Which is okay. We can do that. So storage... medium warehouse. I mean, I feel like this is not a terrible spot for it, to be honest. We just need to make some room because it'll just come from over there then. Okay, maybe we put it here. Those as well. We'll get that cleared out, hopefully. And then that should get us metal. I mean, that seems like a real big expansion for the one episode, but I'm kind of I'm into it. I'm in the zone. Well, we're finally getting somewhere. We really ran out of logs for a little while. I realised that the logger wasn't getting over here, so I've just added one here just to clean this box out. And then it might be that this isn't enough. I'm not sure. We'll have to keep an eye on this. He's around and chopping stuff now, so... Maybe we're getting to a point where... Yeah, it looks like we're getting to a point where he'll start generating logs again. Clearing out all these dead berries. They won't get to here, unfortunately, so we could do some sort of path down to them. Seems a little overkill just to get those, so I suppose what we could do, just for the sake of it, is just clear out... no, it is that one, isn't it? Yeah. If we cleared a row like that, and then basically as they clear the row out, we'll add the path in. But otherwise, we're doing okay. We're making some metal blocks now. Logs are going in, scrap metal's going in, and metal blocks are coming out. Those metal blocks are then in turn going towards the explosives factory, and then they'll come here to the bad water pump as well. Bad water pump, we only need to be done when the explosive factory is done. So there we go. There's a block that'll get picked up and take it to here. Excellent. So we're getting there. In the next episode, we'll really fully explore metal, and then also we really need to make sure we're keeping on top of just on top of what we're doing here. We've got to make sure that we've got food and stuff. Like berries seem to be having no problem, but I don't really know whether the like a handful here where we're getting them from now, I guess. So we may have to look at moving up to here for some berries, and then we need to make sure we keep on top of the wood, because I feel like once this is gone, this just doesn't seem to be enough to service the demand. But maybe once all of this work is done, it might be. We'll see. But yes, answers on a postcard, please. Are we doing okay here? Is this the right thing to do? Send people up here for metal? I mean, I can't really think of another way of doing it. Like I said, once we start building reservoirs, once we start getting good water coming down here as well, we'll actually have a very good growth space here. And especially when we look at doing a larger dam over here. And where else would a larger dam work? That's probably it, really. This is all just one deep. So... we'll see. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Are we doing okay? It feels like we're doing all right. I'm never sure with these kind of games. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all to bits. Till the next one. Be good.